to everybody's with us. Everybody's still on the bus. We're on the bus. We're ready to go to our next ziyarat, inshallah. Our next step would be our next ziyarat to Sayyida Nafisa. And I don't know, all the guys, everybody's on the bus. Qasim, Riyad, everybody on.
Inshallah. Die tities en die boetas moet maar op hom met die selfies en op die bus klim kan hulle. So now we're off to the cover of and the masjid of Sayyida Nafisa. In Cairo, there is a beautiful masjid that Muslims from all over the world visit to offer at least just 2 rak'ats, and this is called the masjid of Sayyida Nafisa. So who is Sayyida Nafisa? She is the great-granddaughter of Nabi Muhammad from the descendants of Imam Hassan. She is well known in Egypt as a wise woman that performed many miracles during her lifetime. She was born in Makkah on the 11th of Rajab, 145 years after Hijrah. So as many of you know, just to recap, the Hijrah signifies the time that the Muslims migrated from Makkah to Medina. The years after that would then determine the years preceding, going forward would be named the years after Hijrah. So her father, Hassan al-Anwar, became the governor of Medina in the year 150 after Hijrah. She accompanied her father, which means she was only 5 at the time. It was in Medina that Sayyida Nafisa memorized the entire Quran and studied Islamic jurisprudence, fiqh in depth. She loved visiting the grave of a great-grandfather, Nabi Muhammad with her father. It is narrated that her father used to regularly visit the qabr of Nabi Muhammad and say that, O Prophet of Allah, I am pleased with my daughter Nafisa. O Prophet of Allah, I am pleased with my daughter Nafisa. It is reported that once Nabi Muhammad came into a dream of Hassan al-Anwar, saying that, O Hassan, I am pleased with your daughter Nafisa because you are pleased with your daughter Nafisa, and Allah is pleased with your daughter Nafisa because I am pleased with your daughter Nafisa. Of her many titles are the virtuous. It is reported that she used to frequent the masjid with her father from a young age, and she used to spend lots of her days in fasting as a young person. Amongst her titles are the dutiful. She used to be always helping and assisting the elderly in a community, the lady of miracles, and the lady deriving rulings and verdicts. It is said that she performed Hajj at least 30 times by foot, and it is reported that she said she follows in the footsteps of her grandfather, Imam Hussein, that is reported to have said that I feel shy meeting my Lord and not having going to his house by foot. Her husband, Ishaq al-Muqtamin, the son of Jafar as-Sadiq, himself a descendant of Muhammad accompanied her to Cairo in the year 193 after Hijrah. She had 2 children, Qasim and Kulthum. Her students, the photos that you're about to see as the pictures of the masjid of Sayyida Nafisa and the surrounding areas of Sayyida Nafisa. Her students came from far places, and among them was Imam Shafi. Ibn Kathir reports about her the following statement: she was a wealthy lady, did a lot of favors to the people, especially those paralyzed, those with severe illnesses, and to all the other ill people. When Imam Shafi arrived in Egypt, She did good to him, and sometimes Imam Shafi led her in a salah during Ramadan. She gave a lot of charity. It is reported that she once received 100,000 dirhams from the governor of Egypt at the time and gave everything to the people in need. Her niece Zainab reports that she served Sayyida Nafisa for 40 years and not once did she see her sleep during the night nor eat during the day except on the days of Eid. Once Zainab told her aunt that you should take care of yourself. She replied, how can I take care of myself before I meet my Lord? Ahead of me are so many barriers that no one can cross except the successful ones. It is reported also that she dug her own grave inside her home. She would on a daily basis then get into the grave and read Quran. When she became ill, her husband and the children surrounded her and urged her to stop fasting to keep her strength. But she refused, saying, I've asked Allah to die fasting for 30 years and you want me to break my fast? On the 1st of Ramadan, 208 after Hijrah, Sayyida Nafisa passed away. Through her, about 150 miracles was reported. Amongst them, healing of the sick and the paralyzed, the freeing of a prisoner, and the end of a drought. My sisters and brothers, not so much brothers, but my sisters, forget about Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B. These are the type of women that we should aspire to be. Our children need more mothers that follow in the footsteps of Sayyida Nafisa. Our husbands need wives that aspire to be like Sayyida Nafisa. Our brothers need sisters to aspire to be like Sayyida Nafisa. And what was one of the statements? Ahead of me are so many barriers that no one can cross except the successful ones. So the question, who is the successful ones and how do we reach success? Allah takes an oath in Surah Shams. I think it's the most oath been taken in the Quran to emphasize the importance of what is to follow. Allah tells us, he who purifies himself is the successful one. I'll repeat that again. He who purifies himself is the successful one. This is a lady that spent the days fasting and the nights in worship, taught people, consulted with people, gave charity to the needy, and assisted the sick and the elderly. And she, a lady of this caliber, she says, ahead of me are so many barriers. Why do we think if we perform our 5 daily salah that we are safe and that is enough? My brothers and sisters, that is only the starting point. What about our character? What are we doing to uplift our family? What are we doing to uplift our community? How are we assisting the sick and the elderly? Our job is not to reach perfection, because perfection only belongs to Allah. We should only strive to be better than what we were yesterday. Mother Teresa had a beautiful saying. She said, we can't do great things because greatness belongs to God, but we can do small things with great love, inshallah.